If confessed killer Luis Rivera is telling the truth, Dan Markel's own ex-wife, Wendy, may have financed the hit that took his life.
You said before something about you knew that the total amount equaled $100,000 or something.
Yeah, he gave me 37 in total. Then I asked him, how much you getting? He got like 40 something. I told him, we should just go rob her.
But in another surprising reveal, Rivera goes on to say in this taped confession with police that the murder almost didn't happen. He and the accused triggerman, Sigfredo Garcia, almost never even made it to their destination.
I'm in probation, man. If we get pulled over, I'm gonna go to jail. And we get pulled over.
Okay.
So the day we get pulled over, the officer grabbed my license, came back, gave me a ticket, like, slow down, put your seatbelt. Gave me a speeding ticket. And I'm on my lap. I looked at Garcia and told him, this take me to jail.
So you got a ticket in the Prius on the way up here.
The way up here.
Rivera says it was enough to make him want to abort.
But when we get pulled over, I tell him, yo, this is a sign, man. We should just turn around. He's like, nah, man, that we up here. So we drove to Tallahassee.
But according to Rivera, the hitman would get one more chance to reconsider when just a day before the murder, they were driving through town, Garcia allegedly high on cocaine.
Garcia, I don't know what he was playing. I don't know why he was playing with a gun. I don't know what the he was doing. I heard, I'm driving, boom, that jump. Like, yo, what's up, man? You all right?
Seconds later, that now infamous green Prius stuttered to a stop.
I was just laughing because he's so stupid. I'm like, this is a car. He's like, oh man, I don't know. I said, we don't got no gas. How the hell we don't got no gas? So we stopped. He looked under. He's like, oh, there's a line. I said, you shot the line? Are you serious?
Unfortunately for Dan Markel, the men were able to fix the car and continue on their deadly path. But now, Luis Rivera is telling everything to police. Could his words help prosecutors take down who they believe may be the real masterminds?
All rise and come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge J. Lane Smith presiding.
Good morning, everyone. You can take your seats.
In a probable cause affidavit for Catherine Magbanua released to Crime Watch Daily, prosecutors lay out their theory of the murder. After her divorce from Markel, it's alleged Wendy Adelson and her parents, Harvey and Donna Adelson, as well as her brother, Charlie, were determined to relocate Wendy's two Markel children to South Florida. The report goes on to show a series of back-and-forth calls between various members of the Adelsons and Catherine Magbanua in the hours before and after the murder. In addition, the record shows that since Markel's murder, Magbanua's bank account has grown by at least $56,000, mostly in cash deposits. And she got a new car, a used Lexus registered to Harvey Adelson. We reached out to Magbanua's attorney for comment, but got no response. In the affidavit, authorities do say that Wendy was initially cooperative with the police, but that the day after Markel's memorial service in Tallahassee, the entire Adelson clan left with the kids to South Florida, promptly changed the children's last names to Adelson, and haven't spoken to investigators since. Our producers did try to contact Wendy's lawyer, but have yet to receive a reply. So we tracked down accused shooter Sigfredo Garcia's attorney to get the defense's side of the story.
Everyone here is under the assumption that the Adelsons hired Rivera and Sigfredo to commit this murder, okay? Because that's what's sexy. It's always the wife's family.
You don't think the Adelson family would organize a hit on their former son-in-law to have the grandkids closer?
These are dentists. These aren't the Sopranos, okay? They're not gonna go whack a guy for, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
What is the connection then? What is Sigfredo and Luis's connection then to Dan Markel?
I'll tell you in trial.
In addition to those comments, we reached out to Charlie Adelson's attorney, who declined to be interviewed at this time, but who did release this statement to the press regarding Rivera's new plea deal. The prosecution admittedly didn't have enough evidence, so it went out and bought some by giving away the farm to a murderer. 7 years is just offensive. That's not a search for the truth, that's a deal with the devil. And to that, prosecutors don't necessarily disagree.
I'm not necessarily all that pleased with making any kind of deal with a murder suspect, but we've heard it said many, many times before, if you're going to try the devil, you'd have to go to hell to get your witnesses.
Put my hands up, never in my life have killed nobody. I don't beat people with bats here with sticks like that. I wouldn't have enough to shoot somebody for some kids, man.
Now, this witness's testimony could be used to bring down everyone responsible for the cold-blooded murder of Dan Markel. We went to Charlie Adelson's house to get his side of the story. Hey, Charlie, what role did you have in Dan Markel's murder? I hear you. You're talking about, open the door. Let's have a conversation. Oh, you're calling the police? Charlie says he's going to be calling the police on us. Funny thing is, the police may be calling them. And as it so happens, there are small hints that day may be coming soon. In an email released by the prosecutor's office and sent by Dan Markel's mother to State Prosecutor Georgia Kappelman, she seems to think that something that would require Dan Markel's 2 children to be moved from their mother Wendy's house may be happening soon. Dan's mother writes, "We thank you for moving the plea bargaining process forward. As the situation evolves, we need a tight plan for emergency placement due to arrests." Emergency placement of the kids? And just what arrests could she be talking about? To date, no one in the Adelson family has been charged, and lawyers for the family have denied any involvement in Dan's murder.
We will, of course, follow this case very closely and bring you the very latest should prosecutors decide to file any charges against Markel's ex-wife or any of her family members.